The classical guitar piece LAGRIMA is a very simple, sweet piece of music written by Francisco Tárrega. Now when we play this piece from the offset starting right out, we want to make sure we bring the melody out by using the rest stroke on the melody. In this case it happens to be the ring finger, the A finger, and then the other fingers are free stroke. So the technique is learning to play free stroke with the thumb and rest stroke with the ring finger, and then rest stroke after that. So the melody comes out strongly. If we play it without the rest stroke and play it with the free stroke with the melody, then we lose the melody in the accompaniment. It doesn't come out as a strong melody. Now, that's pretty much throughout the whole piece. Wherever that melody comes out, we want to bring it out with the rest stroke. Now, also in the dynamics of this piece, we want to use the dynamics as they're made for guitar. Would be the soft tones are played over the sound hole, and then the brighter tones are played up closer to the bridge. So when we play a repeated pattern or a repeated passage, we want to play it in a different way the second time so it doesn't become redundant. So if we play it in a softer form, and we bring it out, okay, so that's the dynamics of the piece. Now, this particular piece, LAGRIMA, is a very, very sweet, simple piece, and is very overplayed, almost, I would think, by amateur classical guitarists and professional classical guitarists. And one of the things that I've noticed that happens with this piece is that sometimes it is overexpressed. Sometimes I call it too mushy. And it gets to the point to where we lose the music and the rhythmic continuity of the piece and the simplicity and sweetness of this piece by overdoing it, okay? So it's important that we keep it rhythmically in form, still expressing, but not taking away from the piece by over-expressing. And if you listen to some people playing it, you may notice that. Now, the piece goes on from there and continues with the rest stroke. clear. And when you play this piece, be careful. This bass note. Be careful it isn't too soft or too loud. If it's too loud, it'll pop the string and bounce off the frets and make this rattly sound. So you want it, but not too soft, so it gets lost. A nice firm sound. Now it goes into the minor section of this piece and is played, and then it goes into a pull-off, which is called legato in formal classical guitar language, which is that. We pull off, we play the C with the second finger, and we pull it off to the B, which is there already holding for the first finger. Now we have to be very careful with this technique that we don't lose one of the notes. If we play it too fast, then we're liable to lose one of the notes. So we want to be very rhythmically in character with the piece. So it's and if you play it too hard, then you have to pull it too hard for it to sound, and it sounds overdone. So keep it sweet, soft in that manner. Okay. Okay. Now this next part of the piece is very, very delicate. It's the little third movement. Now, one thing about this, about classical guitar, is there is a tendency to have a squeakiness in the strings when we move our fingers on the strings. And we want to try to avoid that as much as we can, because that creates a distraction to the sound. They're what I call peripheral sounds, sounds that are outside of the music that we're trying to make. And it's very difficult to avoid it completely, but we want to try to minimize it as much as we can. Okay? And then after that, it goes into melody again with the rest stroke. And now we have what we call another form of legato, which is not the pull-off, but the hammer. And this is a difficult hammer because we're hammering from the third to the fourth. So when we do that, it's like a snake striking. It's like all at once, boom. It's not something that we can do, put down and then push, because it's too late. We killed it. There's nothing going to happen. So we have to strike it all at once. And then once you do, hold it firmly. Don't over squeeze, because that will not cause anything more to happen, but to make you tired and to possibly cause mistakes in the music. So just a nice little hammer. Okay. And then back to the melody in the minor melody, but still using the rest stroke. And now another little pull off. It's a bass note. And then a scale passage going down, and on the scale passage, we're still going to use the rest stroke and maybe a little bit of vibrato. If we play it with a free stroke, again, we lose the strength of melody. See, it doesn't have the fullness and the strength. And then the ending of the song. And that's it. That's LAGRIMA.